to Purple TV Bharat. I'm Alicia Fernandez, and right now we are present here at the International Purple Fest, and we are dealing with a lot of disabilities and understanding the various kind of disabilities that are present. However, we may be very much aware about the physical disabilities, but there are certain disabilities that which are in terms of mental health as well. So now to understand more about this, we have with us a counselor, advocate Sophia. Sophia, welcome to Purple TV Bharat.
Thank you for having me.
First and foremost, just give us an insight about how is it here being here at the International Purple Fest?
Well, it's been a great experience so far. There's so much going on. There's activities for everyone, not just the visitors, there's kids, and then there are professionals that are also here to learn more about what's happening in this field and how we can contribute and what we can learn. So it's just packed with so many things to do, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot longer conversation, but yeah.
Indeed. So now just trying to understand about this thing, like I already mentioned at the intro that many people are aware about physical disabilities, but when it comes to mental health, a lot of people are still very much backward in terms of, accepting that they are not mentally feeling well, if I can put it that way. So how do you see this right now? Is it slowly growing the awareness into this form?
I think how disabilities are classified is some that are visible, which you obviously know and you see around you, and then there are invisible disabilities that people don't know about and they can't tell just by looking at a person, but it's something that could be happening in your mind or might be going on inside your body that is difficult to relate or understand. So as a mental health professional, we are working with people, the typical population, as well as people who are struggling with these invisible disabilities. First and foremost, to create awareness that there might be something wrong and it's okay. You just need help and maybe support from professionals, and I think that's my role here and the role of many other NGOs and professionals that are here present in this field.
So if we have a closer look at this, like one is maybe a person who is going through this in a day-to-day life, as you said, that is not very much visible. So, but in a similar way, there are a lot of victims as well, right, who have gone through this particular phase. So how do you deal with them?
I'm sure it's a conversation for another day, but about something that I might have learned here at the many workshops that are being conducted. There's a thing called accommodations at the workplace, just basically how to be more aware and more accommodating to people around us that may have disabilities that are visible or invisible. In terms of my work, currently I'm placed at the Victims Assistance Unit at GMC, where we deal with cases related to sexual abuse. This is for kids primarily because we're here with Director of Women and Child Development, and that's mostly what we focus on. But apart from these traumatic incidents that happen to you, it's also a chance to work with kids that may have other diagnosis, which these problems that might have not been diagnosed before. So it's an opportunity to guide them and direct them to appropriate professionals, whether it's with IPHB or other private professionals or psychologists or therapists. There's all kinds of things that you need help for, whether it's speech or thoughts or focus, and very typical problems that we might be seeing in schools but people don't know about. So awareness building, I think, is something that is really crucial, and it's something that's been happening here at Purple Fest that is making it normal to talk about these things. It's no longer stigmatized and you don't need to be ashamed of it, I think, more than anything.
How would you see, what are the major challenges that maybe you have come across when you are dealing into this particular field in Goa?
So I think it's lack of awareness. Most people don't know what these disabilities look like. In terms of look like, I mean like what they are and how to describe them and what you actually need help for. And so people are very withdrawn and they kind of keep it very private because they might be ashamed or they're afraid to talk about it or they don't know it's a problem. So awareness sessions that have taken place here, or even those that we do in my line of work, just create a general awareness that it could be something you are struggling with or someone you know. It could be a family member, a friend, your neighbor, it could be people around you. So more than anything, I think it's a community effort that we need to work on, and it's something in Goa. It's a small community, it's very tightly knit, and it's something that we can achieve. This is my second Purple Fest, and so it's been exciting to see how much it's grown and all the new additions that are here. Like, I personally love the sensory room and the calm room because it's just a little quiet from all the hustle and bustle that's going on. So it's nice that they've thought of these little spaces for people with neurodivergence, so people that need that little space to just, recharge and get back into it.
Indeed. So I think it is a wonderful experience for a lot of people who have coming here for the first time. So for those who have not visited till now, any particular message that you would like to give them?
I think you should come see what Purple Fest is about. It is not about people with disabilities. I think it's for all of us to be aware of what's happening around us, and a lot of misconceptions that need to be debunked so that we know what disabilities look like. Or more than anything, we need to know what's happening around us and how we can be supportive, not just for ourselves or people that we know, our loved ones, but a community as a whole. I think it's a group effort or a community-based effort.
Indeed. Sophia, thank you so much for taking time off and talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
And indeed, it's an honor for us to try and salute all those media health professionals who are working into this field and ensuring, a better inclusive world for all of us. So thank you so much once again for taking time off.
Thank you so much for having me.